Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball, the Powerball guessing game. I'm updating my numbers for the drawing on January 28th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, so for this video, I'm updating and picking from what I call Group 8. Okay, so before I go there, if you've never seen my videos before, what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. Okay, so here's where I eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so if you want to see how I eliminated numbers so far, you could go to my first 2 videos. And now I'm going to go to Group 8 and update things and try to reduce the numbers a little bit more. Okay, so this is what I call Group 8, and the reason why I call it Group 8 is because I divided all 69 numbers into 8 different color groups. Okay, so the winning numbers, let's check out the winning numbers. They were the 9, 17, 20, 38, and 40. So as I go to my Group 8 here, I'm going to go to the 9, which is red. So I'm going to put down the Powerball landed in the red area. 1 Powerball landed, okay? And then the 17, I'm going to put 1 in the blue. Then the 20, so 1 in the red. And then it was the 38, 40, both in the purple. So there were no winning Powerball numbers in the green area, no winning Powerball numbers in the yellow, no winning Powerball numbers in the turquoise, and no winning Powerball numbers in the pink area. Okay, so as you can see, this 4 tells me that I hit 4 out of the 8 groups, and the majority of the numbers were over here to the left side, so I colored this 4 red. Now if the majority was over to the right side, I would color the 4 green. Okay, so that's how I update things, and now the strategy is try to correctly guess where the 0 is going to be. Now with this green here, if I could have correctly guessed that this was going to be a 0, I could have eliminated all these green numbers off of my game card right here. Okay, so that's the strategy of things. So let's move on to number 2. Now I have 9 of these here. So with this one, it was turquoise, pink, blue, green, and yellow. So the majority of the numbers were over here to the right side, so I colored this 5 green. Okay, so moving over to number 3. Again, the 9 and the 17 were pink. Then the yellow was the 20 was yellow, the 38 was purple, and the 40 was blue. So I got blue, purple, yellow, and 2 pink. So 4 total. The majority of the numbers are over here to the right side, so I colored this 4 green. Okay, in the last drawing, I picked that there was going to be no red numbers here, so I got that correct. Now, if you look at this red, you can see that there's been a hit in this line right here. Now, this big line right here divides this column into 5 of these, all right? So there's 15 drawings here. So I got 5, 10, 11, 12 of these in a row. Now, when you look at the others, you can see that hardly ever happens. There's a good streak right here of 5 or 6. Okay, so this is one of these things where I'm going to predict that there's going to be no red numbers here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to take out this ring of red plus the 61 off of my game card. And you can see that, well, it's already gone. Okay, so moving on. Option card number 4. So here you can see the 917 were both red. Then the orange, the 20 was orange. The 38 was turquoise, and the 40 was yellow. So again, it hit 4 color groups out of 8, and the majority was over here to the left side, so I colored that 4 red. Okay, so moving on to number 5 out of 9. Again, there was 2 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 pink. 2 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 pink. Again, it hit 4 out of the 8 color groups. The majority was over here to the left side, so I colored that 4 red. Okay, so moving on to number 6 out of 9. Again, it was the 917 was purple, the 20 was red, 38 was turquoise, and the 40 was blue. So I have 1 in the red, 2 in the purple, 1 turquoise, 1 pink, for a total of 4 hits out of the 8 color groups, and the majority was over here to the right side, so I colored that 4 green. Okay, so you may be asking, okay, so what's the difference between the blue and the red here? The red has 2 of these hits, so I color it red for hot, and this has 2 zeros, so I color it blue for cold. Okay, so it gives me some separation. Okay, and when I look at this, when I see a big streak of red, I ask myself, okay, when's it going to turn blue? Okay, so you can see that this is what this is all about. These numbers, they go in streaks, and they go in streaks of being hot, and then they go in streaks of being cold. I'm trying to pick where it's going to be a streak of being cold. Okay, so moving on to number 7. I have a yellow, blue, red, turquoise, and another red. So I got 2 red, blue, yellow, and turquoise. 4 out of the 8 color groups. Majority of the numbers were over to the left, so I colored that 4 red. Okay, so moving on to 8 out of 9. Again, I have pink, yellow, green, another pink, and blue. So I got blue, green, yellow, and 2 pink. 4 out of the 8 color groups. The majority of the numbers are over here to the right side, so I colored this 4 green. So one thing I see over here is a streak of green. So maybe this will be red, and if this is red, then the majority of the numbers are going to be over here. So that means if at least 3 of them are over here, that means only 2 of them could be over here, and I got 4 of these option cards. So I know that 2 of these option cards cannot have a winning Powerball number to it if the majority is over here to the left side. Okay, so moving on. This is my last option card. Again, I have pink, red, turquoise, green, and another turquoise. So I got red, green, 2 turquoise, and a pink. Hit 4 out of the 8 colors. The majority of the numbers are over here to the right side, so I colored that for green. Okay, this is pretty interesting here. This pink has had 9, 10, 11 hits in a row. So one of these pink numbers have come up in the last 11 drawings. Compared to the others, that doesn't happen very often. And that's going to lead me to say I think that this pink is going to have the miss to it. So I mark it blue, saying that I think there's going to be a 0 right here. Okay, so hopefully that's what happens. And that will mean that none of these pink numbers come up. So I'm going to get rid of all these pink numbers off my game card. So I'm going to start with the 1, 5, 9, 22, 26. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so I also have the 36, 44, 52, 48, 66, 68. I'm sorry how I came up with that orange. Sorry about that. I actually have the 3556 where I know that none of these numbers are here anyways. And I'm actually looking at the 3960. So I apologize about that. I went to orange for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the 39. And hopefully that 39 does not come up. Okay, so moving on. When this is all filled up and I got them all correct, all these things filled, where it's 1, 2, 3, then I'll add a color to it. For this last drawing, you can see that for this last 3, I mean, you can see that there was 1 triple 0, so I put that here. And you can see that there was a double triple hit here, so I put that here. Okay, so I like to keep track of that. Especially when it gets to 2 of these numbers here, which it will at the end of Saturday's drawing. I could look at this and say, okay, is there anything that stands out? And if I think it's going to be a triple hit here, then which one will it be? Okay, so moving on. The reason why I showed you that is because in the last set here, for all 9 option cards, there was 11 triple zeros and there was 11 triple hits. Okay, so that comes in more handy when I got more information there. Okay, so here's an overview of all 9 option cards. So we'll just take a look at the red here. It says 6-3. That means 6 of these option cards had a hit in the red area like this, and 3 of them had misses in the red area like this. Okay, so I go by the majority. If the majority is hits, then I color the background red. If the majority is misses, I color the background blue. Okay, so looking at this, another thing that I do is you can see that, I'll point this one out, you can see that a 4-5 came up and then the next one was a 5-4, so it kind of flip-flopped here, and that's what I like to highlight by putting this border around it. Okay, so when I see something that hasn't flip-flopped in a while. Like this pink here, you can see the 4-5 and 5-4, but before that, there was a long streak of nothing flip-flopping. Okay, so maybe this will flip-flop again here and be 3-6. That means that 6 of these option cards in the pink will have a 0 to it. Okay, so I'm just going to look at that again. And, you know, kind of looking at the pink here. Now, if I already picked one, then I'm probably not going to pick another one, okay? Again, there's 5 white winning Powerball numbers, and there's 8 different color groups, so I know that 3 of these color groups cannot come up, okay? But the thing is if I pick this one and I get it correct, the odds of me getting a second one correct just go way, way up. So I just try to pick one. So if I got this, you know, I picked this one and that's it. I'm moving on to the other option cards. And this is why I gave myself so many different option cards here. Okay, so I'm kind of looking in the pink area. Don't really see anything that I like so far. I'm not really seeing anything that says, hey, I'm going to have a 0 here. Okay, so I'm still moving on. I got 2 more option cards left. Okay, so I took this one already for the pink, and I guess that's all I'm going to pick. And I already got rid of those, so I'm going to be moving on to the next group, which is group 10, and I'm going to update this and eliminate some numbers as well. Okay, so looking at my game card for one more time, I'm down to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 numbers. And again, if I made all the correct picks so far, then one of these colored numbers, or hopefully all 5 winning Powerball numbers, are within these colored numbers still left on my game card. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.